Woo!
Okay. Franklin, defense, number 18, automatic first down. And this is just a tough spot for Franklin to be in. You're asked to play single coverage, and he's got half the field against a guy who already has 3 touchdowns, and he's run by everybody.
I can almost hear John Ross out there saying, hey, I got one out here.
Number 18, automatic first down.
3 touchdowns already.
This is just a tough spot for Franklin to be in.
Missed all last season with an ACL injury to his knee. First and goal.
That's still a matchup.
Gaskin powering his way down inside the 5. Tackled by Devontae Downs. A gain of 5 on the play.
And Art Kaufman, the defensive coordinator for Cal, is looking at this, and 83% in the red zone is a problem. And he'd like to double Ross down here, but Washington numbers and run it inside and run it down their throats.
Second and goal. Gaskin stepped real deep in the backfield. Maybe not. Down to the 1-yard line. Brought down by Cameron. That almost looked like 8 or 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Plenty of room for him to see and use his vision to find the hole he wants. He can be patient. And for a guy who's not that big, he is a tough inside runner. I mean, he really does run with a lot of toughness when you wouldn't think he could do that, given he's only about 175 pounds.
Third and goal. Browning into the end zone. Pettis with a touchdown. The Husky offense, a well-oiled machine.
We said first to 40 might win this when we might get 40 in the first half. And that's just a quick out. Pettis with a well-thrown ball. And Browning is on the money. On the money.
Browning, Ross, Pettis eviscerating that Cal secondary.
How do you change the world? It starts with a single step. You don't have to know what the destination looks like. The courage to take the first step. Be boundless for Washington, for the world.
Dante Pettis for the touchdown catch a moment ago. From last season, showing off his wares with that catch. Great timing with he and Jake Browning. And Browning adding to that Heisman resume we were talking about earlier today in our production meeting, Rod. Where do you think he figures in the whole Heisman hierarchy right now?
Well, he fell off a little bit last week after the Utah game with a subpar performance. He needs a big night. 4 touchdown passes tonight will probably keep him in the running. A lot of Jackson in that Heisman discussion right now.
Adnan Burke can tell you about that. Adnan, what's up?
Well, Jonesy, I'll tell you all about the BMW halftime report. Danny Cannell, Joey Galloway, and me as Alabama sending a message once again to LSU with that staunch defensive effort in Baton Rouge. Also, CFB and 3 is Lamar Jackson putting up the magnificent 7 when it comes to A&M, the number 4 team in the country, has tripped up. Also, Ohio State just embarrassed versus Nebraska. All that more coming up at the half, Jonesy.
Hey, ask Joey if he's faster than Johnny Ross.
You might have
Or
met
was he?
You might have met his match on that.
Yeah. And Joey could fly back in the day, but he's John Ross.
Is Joey a 4.2 guy or 4.3? Low 4.3? Somewhere around there. This is Alfani Muhammad with a nice run. Picks up the first player shaken up on that 11-yard run. At the 39-yard line, looks like the area.
Yeah, that's Keyshawn Vieira, who's an outstanding linebacker. You talk about a guy who's got great speed at that inside linebacking spot. You know, he and Victor, as a tandem, they really chase things down. And he's a tremendous player. They use him in pass coverage as well.
Now, we watched a lot of film of this Washington defense on Friday, Rod, and they really epitomized a lot of the new wave, kind of the hybrid guys that are in the game now that play different types of positions, right?
Yeah, you're talking about a guy who can rush the quarterback and can stop the run and can cover receivers 20 yards, 25 yards down the field when you talk about the area. He's outstanding.
1st and 10 for Davis Webb. A blitz coming by the Huskies. And nobody home on the other end of that pass. Hansen watched it sail 10 yards past him. As we approach 1 minute to go here in the first half.
Cal looking for a play, any way to come up with something to keep connected to Washington. They've got plenty of time, but they need to come up with a couple plays here.
Underneath. Hudson breaking tackles. Washington unable to wrap him up until he makes it out to the 44. Coming up, and Cal with 2 timeouts remaining. A gain of 7 on that last play.
Well, they're losing a lot of time here. They've got 2 timeouts, and I would have burned one there.
Webb hands it off to Trey Watson. All that for a yard run, Rod.
Yeah, they burned about 20, 25 seconds. And now they're looking at like, what the heck? Just let it go.
Yeah.
But I think had they burned a timeout and given themselves a chance to come up with a 3rd down play, they still would have had 1 timeout in about 40 seconds.
Well, Washington won here a couple of years ago in 2014, 31-7. Seconds to go. Cal calls timeout. 4th and 2. And, we go back a couple of years ago and even last year, Rod, we've seen our share of Hail Marys at the end of games and at the end of first half. So don't sleep on the Pac-12 after dark, folks.
Points. Well, we'll get to 75. We got 55 already. We were talking before the game about, who gets to 40 first in this game. You heard the guys, if you followed game day this morning, Kirk and Desmond and others were talking about this being a 1-possession game, and they expected Cal to fight this thing down to the end. It'd be a lot of points scored, and 55.
Yeah. Coach Dykes telling us yesterday that anytime you get a chance to play against a number 5 team and get a win, it's a great opportunity. Little hook and ladder to Bug Rivera. And the play whistle dead at the 37-yard line. That's going to be the last play.
Do I have to see those type plays ever again? 5 lateral plays to end the half or end the game.
I wasn't going to bring it up.
Well, they
They're going to bring it up. Flashbacks for my partner, folks.
getting a little chippy out there.
And a flag thrown at the 37-yard line. They're not going to make them come back and play another one, are they?
Well, you've got a flag.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 79.
My bad, guys. Hold on. Let me get this stream back going. My bad, guys. Hold on. Let me get this stream back going.
The biggest challenge your defense is?
Well, they have a good system. Spread your receivers with a big-time quarterback.
Thanks, Coach.
Talk this week around the College Football Playoff Committee ranking Texas A&M as the number 4 team in the country. Well, if you didn't like that decision, here's the good news. The Aggies won't be ranked 4 come next week. They fall to Mississippi State
your friends,
as Nick Fitzgerald becomes just the 3rd SEC quarterback with 200 passing yards
they
and
want to watch this,
175 rushing yards in the last 20 seasons. While that
I'll be doing
outcome may
these
have
a
been a
lot
surprise, Lamar Jackson padding his stats with 7 touchdowns was no surprise at all. Here's CFB in 3.
To make it a 10-point game. And they blocked it. Holy cow. 3-man rush. Up the grabs. Are you kidding? Halsey just did it again.
A 69-yard pin to beauty from Jackson again. Good touch to the end zone. Lamar Jackson deep ball end zone. There goes Lamar Jackson with more wizardry. Oh, here on first down. Gonna take a shot. The receiver's there. It's caught by Kennedy to the end zone. Watson gets the first down and goal. Deshaun Watson is going to come out of the game here. Something's not right. He will not start the second half, but he is available. That ball gets picked off on a redirection. Tanner Hughes making news and touchdown Clemson. Finished today with the help of a friend who picked off by Santos Ramirez. He's going to score. Touchdown. Throws into the back of the end zone. Complete. Touchdown Arkansas.
Dante Foreman had a ridiculously dark car-sized mechanic.
He is very much in this race, especially if Texas can run the table.
Spade steps up and now throws. Wide open.
There's nothing better than watching option football when it goes out that way.
Fitzgerald will keep it here. Has a whole lot of room. He may take it to the house on the first play from scrimmage for the Bulldogs. Nice try to Russell. Leaps for the power. Touchdown, Aggies.
Trevor Knight experiencing some pain in his right.
Fitzgerald goes up top. Touchdown.
Yes, he did. Gets the ball. He's down the middle, batted in the air. That one is picked off. Mark McClure will seal the deal for the Bulldogs.
This halftime report is presented by BMW. We only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine.
Everything you did was for the fun of doing it. BMW sports activity vehicles are the perfect combination of ample space, dynamic power design. There truly is an X perfect for every adventure. You can go wherever the fun takes you. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Lease a BMW X1 S-Drive 28i for as low as $299 per month. You say crazy, I say crafty. Savage, I say practice. Crazy, crafty, savage, practice. Let's run that whole thing back. You say unbelievable, I say achievable. You say incredible, I say inevitable. Unbelievable, achievable, incredible, inevitable. Let's run that whole thing back. Carbs to compete, electrolytes to replenish.
Presidential candidate in the face.
Screw this. Let's go to space.
Ooh, this is my pool, sea monkey.
Welcome to the
Rated M for mature. First on PS4.
PlayStation.
This halftime report is presented by BMW. We only make one thing, the ultimate driving machine.
Joey Galloway, Danny Cannell, Matt Danberg, Nebraska and Ohio State, first quarter action.
The band involved some thrills. I like it.
And the band played on. Tommy Armstrong pass tipped up, intercepted by David Webb, 36 yards, fifth pick six of the year for the Buckeyes.
And this set the tone for the night. The Ohio State looked like the sixth-ranked team in the country, came out on fire, scoring early on defense, and never looked back.
In the second, Mike Weber gets a handoff, runs left, 23 yards to the score.
This is one of the most impressive for Ohio State on the season, and this is the time you want to peak. It doesn't matter what you've done up to this point, it's how you finish.
Later in the second, Nebraska's down 24-3. Scary moment here. Armstrong running himself goes down hard out of bounds. He gets to be carried off in a stretcher. Only positive news with later in the street closes. Ohio State wins this game 62-3, but certainly scary there. Tommy Armstrong, who's been a veteran there at Nebraska. Week 10. What's your biggest takeaway, Joseph?
The SEC East is it's just a mess. Coming into today, Florida with one loss, and they are sitting at number 11. One loss in the conference, sitting at 11. Control their own destiny. If they win out and win the SEC championship game, they get into the championship. They get run over by Arkansas, which they still control their own destiny. But Kentucky moves into a tie and for first place, and then Kentucky loses to Georgia in a close one, and now Florida still controls their own destiny. The spread. Championship game,
80 points?
Could be 80 points. Alabama's facing anybody in the East. It's that bad.
But it might be 35-40. It'll be pretty significant. I look at it this season, I think the committee's gotten off the hook fairly easily in the first 2 years of the playoff system. I think this year the committee's going to have their hands full. We already saw the first example of it happening with them having Texas A&M at the 4th spot. The next week they lose. But when it's all said and done, I think more chaos is going to come. I think you're going to see more upsets, some of the conference championship games. And I think the committee is going to have their toughest decision yet this year.
SEC champ.
No, I'm not worried.
But I feel like you were selling chaos coming today. So you're just saying
there was a little bit. Texas A&M?
I wanted a little more chaos.
See that?
It still feels like Bama, Clemson, Michigan, Ohio State. Yeah, right. Washington.
A lot of football left. Trust me.
Maybe Cal pulls out a huge second half.
You'll see. It's coming. It's coming.
All right.
It's like winter is coming.
Oh, well, thanks for that reminder.
Is coming.
Yeah, go Cubs, go. All right. Here, Davis Webb with the keeper here for Cal. Not going to hang in here with the Huskies, but number 5 team in the country, up by 15 at the half.
There's a lot of places you never want to see $7.95. But you'll be glad to see it here. Fidelity, where smarter investors will always be.
When everything we did was for the fun of doing it. BMW's xDrive intelligent all-wheel drive technology senses traction loss and automatically shifts torque to the wheels that need it, so you can go wherever the fun takes you. And now it's available on more models than ever. BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Lease a BMW X3 xDrive 28i for as low as $399 a month.
Bobby's new steak and chicken fajita flatbreads don't come on a sizzling platter, but they do come on a flatbread. Think about it, it's much better to eat. Arby's, we have the meat.
Football season is here.
Yeah, it is. And make sure your favorite ESPN host is front and center.
Whoa. Saturday comes before Sunday. Set college football as your top priority.
Fantasy football's where it's at. Fantasy come true for you, my friend, watching me live.
Guys, I just added ESPN to my favorite channels on PlayStation View. I can watch you all. You like them better than me, don't you? I love you all. All right.
Game of seconds, when the only constant is unpredictability, time will tell. When the momentum shifts, who will turn action into reaction? Time will tell. At the end of the day, whose light fades and who owns the sunset? This season, time will tell. Pac-12 networks, where champions play.
Arizona takes on Michigan State, followed by Indiana versus Kansas at the State Farm Armed Forces Classic.
Time now for the BMW Ultimate Performance nominee, and that will be Jake Browning putting on a show. 11 of 17, 244 yards, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. So far, he has been dynamite for Washington. Tune to the 1 a.m. Sports Center for the BMW Ultimate Performance winner. Second half with Jonesy and Rod and keep you on the way.
Hey, do we have any more Dr. Pepper?
What is it, Mitch? I gotta go.
Guess I'll just drink this. Hey, thanks, man. You invented the playoff.
Yeah, and you got a really steep driveway. Let's go, Dr. Pepper, here.
What's up?
All right, we all wearing our blue cooler?
Check.
Green cooler? Check. Rabbit's foot?
I got 4. Wait, the last time we won, we were in different seats.
Good call. Can't believe we almost forgot that. I was driving last time, but I drove last time. Hey, we're gonna lose.
Best-in-class cargo space plus best-in-class performance. The BMW X1. Lease a BMW X1 S-Drive 28i for as low as $299 per month.
Watch TV? You love it. They're your shows. Watch them your way. Hey, this guy gets it. Get the new episodes the day after they air. Past seasons, too. Okay, yes, you'll be all right. Plus originals and exclusive series. The shows they're talking about. The ones they're texting about. Movies, they're TV, too. Don't forget the kids. What's up, guys? What's up? It's your TV. So's this. And this. And right now, you can get Hulu for just $5.99 a month. Don't just watch TV. Make it yours. Hulu. Come TV with us.
One road, 9 conference games. One destination, Silicon Valley's Levi's Stadium. The
goal is clear. The battle is set. December 2nd, the Pac-12 Football Championship. Who will take the title? Get your tickets now.
I love you so. I love you. I love you. La 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Good park or green space near you. Visit discovertheforest.org.
This is the moment I knew his future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
After months of campaigning, November is finally here. Every week, every game, every vote counts. From around the nation they hail, all promising to make the postseason great day. See who rocks the vote for the college football playoff.
Welcome back. Dr. Pepper Championship Drive, game of the week.
Welcome back, everyone. 35-20 in the break. Number 5, Washington, new coming into this ball game that Texas A&M, number 4 in the college football playoff, had lost earlier today. Mississippi State. Mark Jones chopping it up with Rod Gilmore, Quinn Kesnick down in the field. Rod, when we take a look at what this prolific offense has done, country, they lived up to their billing in the first half. As we take a look at our planning for success, brought to you by Northwestern Mutual.
Yeah, it really becomes what happens in the second half. What do you need to do? Washington had big plays in the first half, a lot of John Ross. They can continue to do that. That's critical for them to show, stop points and a dominant performance. Defensively, they haven't gotten to Webb. They haven't knocked him around a lot. Just 1 sack, 2 hits. If they don't get to him, Webb has a chance to get some big plays of his own. And for Cal, it is all about John Ross. You got to contain John. Got to steal some possession. You got to get a turnover. You got to get something in special teams. You've got to find some way to stay connected so you're only 1 possession down in the fourth quarter.
Because of the personal foul at the end of the first half, they kicked off from much further back than they normally would. Ross on the kickoff return out to the 28-yard line. Let's go down to Quint.
In terms of defending John Ross?
Well, we've got to do a better job, obviously not giving up big plays. I mean, the 2 big plays have hurt us. We got some good matchups, and they took advantage of it. We just got to do a better job of covering and get him on the ground when he makes a play.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
3 touchdowns.
Easier said than done. Cover him and get him on the ground. 9 targets tonight, $164, and 3 TDs. And he's feeling it. I mean, he's feeling it when he's out there.
Jake Browning with a much better first half than he had last week in that win on the road at Utah. Sophomore quarterback last year was the first freshman to start, true freshman to start, at Washington in the first game.
Well, Browning's first half, 4 touchdown passes. Mr. Ross shows up for the first one, and also the second was just blowing by the Cal secondary, showing a little bit of everything, and then crouching down to get that 3rd TD catch, and then Mr. Pettis finishes off that first half. But 4 touchdown passes, just 1 shy of UW record for Browning.
Browning with a lot of promise. 2nd down and 10. Drops it in, complete to Pettis at the 44-yard line.
2 things stand out about Browning from field level. his accuracy, whether it's the deep ball, intermediate, or shallow routes, and then his completion percentage when given a clean pocket is just outstanding. When he can use his eyes to move the defense, set his feet, and let it rip, he is as good as any in the country.
Well, Q, I think he just processes information quickly, and he knows where to go with the football, almost like he has a bit of a foot of what he sees.
Pettis with the catch. You know, I had a chance to speak with George Whitfield on the payroll with us at ESPN, and quarterback guru coach, and
that he is.
He really likes Browning, and said if you're really starting to nitpick a little bit about him, and it's something he really can't help right now, Browning is, as it's just a sophomore, he's going to grow into his body a little bit more and get stronger.
Well, that was what a lot of people were concerned about in recruiting. Not quite big enough. He certainly is good enough.
Gaskin right up the middle, a yawning hole. And near field goal range, Miles Gaskin approaching 1,000 yards on the season. Limps off the field here.
Just that inside rushing attack using their tight end, coming across the formation. And we really haven't talked that much about that offensive line and particularly the guys inside. They really are doing a number on Cal's defensive front.
Ross on the reverse. Got to the corner. John Ross brought down at the 15-yard line. He got a nice block from Jake Browning, the quarterback, and it would have resulted in a loss had he not gotten this block.
Yeah, watch him peel back and free Ross. And he gets the head in front, so it's not a block in the back. And then Ross just uses his feet to outrun what would have been the contained man. Luke Rubens are out there. He's a tough quarterback. Maybe he's a little stronger than we think.
Yeah. Stuck his hat in there.
Yeah.
First down and 10. 18-yard game. Browning surveys. Pettis, touchdown. Oh, they are eating tonight.
Oh, that is too easy. Pettis running a little delay, and Cal turning their back on him. Now watch Pettis on the right side. He'll show up there, number 8, just a little stutter step delay, and they pass him off to nobody. Wow. And Browning saw that right from the beginning. He saw how far away Rubinser, the safety, was, and the space in there, and delivered it right on time.
That's a 5th touchdown pass of the night. Ties a school record. Dante Pettis, the second one of the night. 10 on the season. Is Washington going to make a move? The college football playoff.
Red 97! Jet! Red 97!
Did you say 97?
Yes.
You know, that reminds me of Geico's 97% customer satisfaction rating.
97%?
Helped by Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Oh yeah, baby. Geico's as fast and friendly as it gets.
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
On the day shift. Introducing the new Titan with America's best truck warranty. 5 years, 100,000 miles, bumper to bumper. Black Friday offers start now. Hurry in and save up to $10,000 on Titan XD.
Gary, I am proud of you, my man. Smart cashback choices. With Quicksilver from Capital One, you're earning unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase on that new laptop. Quicksilver keeps things simple, Gary, and smart. And I like that.
I guess I'm pretty smart.
Don't let that go to your head, Gary.
What's in your wallet?
Enjoy your phone.
You too. All right, be cool. You got the amazing new iPhone 7 on the house by switching to AT&T. What? And you got unlimited data because you have DirecTV. Okay, just a few more steps.
Get the iPhone 7 on us and unlimited data when you switch to AT&T and have DirecTV.
Coach Steve.
Larry, come on. We got a lot of football to watch.
He's in there. Touchdown all the way. Behold.
Maybe next Saturday we'll do this again.
Yep, I'll bring the action. Let's go, Dr. Pepper here. Let's go.
The best team in America.
I might be willing to take Clemson and win it all.
I think we all had a collective eyebrow raise when we saw that Texas A&M there at number 4.
College Football Playoff Top 25 Ranking Show, Tuesday at 7 on ESPN.
Welcome back to Dr. Pepper's Championship Drive, Game of the Week. Here in Berkeley, California. And right now, number 42 to 20.
Starting to look a little bit more, wouldn't you say?
Thinking that the committee has a really tough decision. Ohio State and Washington, who gets number 4 after that A&M loss.
Yeah, well, you can get rid of that one right there. And then the question becomes, what happens on Tuesday? Who moves into that spot? Alabama, Clemson, Michigan all played well and won. I think a risk for Washington is Ohio State. I mean, if you think about what the committee said last week about schedule, challenging yourself, a one-loss team in A&M, Ohio State is just the same.
Right. Webb, incomplete, intended for Hansen, working against Jones.
Ohio State's resume would look stronger to the committee, and maybe stronger than the A&M. Look at these wins. 3 wins over ranked teams. Look at the strength of schedule, 43. And they're a one-loss team. I think Washington might be disappointed on Tuesday. Still be sitting at 5.
That'd be interesting. Pass incomplete. If Washington runs the table, ends up being a conference champion, and still doesn't.
You're right. This is all interim stuff. In the long run, Washington controls its destiny. If they go undefeated and win the Pac-12, they will be in the playoffs. If they're a one-loss team, I think they still have a shot if they're the Pac-12 champ. I think they'll still get in.
Meanwhile, Cal, 1 of 9 on 3rd down, make it 1 of 10. That meek pass coming up short of its target. Robertson, good pressure from Elijah Qualls, number 11 here.
Yeah, we talked about Washington's need to get pressure, get hits on Webb. There you see Qualls, the big fella who is as athletic 300-plus pounder as you'll find.
Rod, we were watching him in film. He doesn't have the Lee Haney, Mr. Universe body type, that V-shaped torso,
but
he can ball.
He is the best ball player in the country then.
And we're saying that from 3 stories up here. 4th down and 10. A quick 3 and out for Cal. And a flag.
Take it back.
They only used up 18 seconds on that drive.
Delay game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Makes 4th down. Yes.
Cal's hanging by a thread right now. I mean, they need to find a way to steal a possession and get on the board. And so you need to start looking in your bag of tricks. How can you do it? Maybe not here with the fake punt, but what can you do defensively? What can you do on a punt return? But you've got to create something because you can't slow down this offense for Washington.
Pettis back deep. A long spiral. Pettis with an opportunity at the 22. Gets to the perimeter. No flags down. Pettis brought down. The ball came loose. He got ripped. And it's going to be Cal Ball. There's the turnover you were alluding to, Rod. Robertson.
That's stealing a possession.
Literally.
That is exactly what we're talking about needing a way to steal a possession and give yourself a chance to get back in the game. That's hit. That's Nick Morris, the big 300-pounder, the fullback tight end. He knocks the ball out of Pettis' arms, and Cal now has a chance to have a short field and get a possession, get a score, get right back in it.
First turnover tonight for the Huskies. They lead the nation in turnover margin. Pass complete. That's Chad Hansen with a first down. Inside the 30 to the 27-yard line. Hansen, if you're just joining us, the team's leading receiver, one of the top receivers in the country and in the conference, playing on a bad ankle. Webb in trouble, got rid of it, incomplete. Bug Rivera was the closest receiver. It'll be second down and 10. Qualls there with more pressure.
Yeah, that's the pressure we talked about. You know, Qualls, Gaines, and Vea. When they get penetration, they really help make this defense go. And they haven't gotten enough sacks tonight. Washington relies on them. They don't like the blitz. They like to turn those guys loose.
Boy, there have been a lot of flags.
Ball start. Offense, number 26. 5-yard penalty. Main second down.
I'm going to back it up. Quinn?
You mentioned about the lack of quarterback pressure from Washington's defense. Joe Mathis, once again, not playing in this game. His return, we don't know when he's coming back. And then Saul Mooching has not been in this ball game since the second quarter. He's done for the day. He's on the sideline, still in his gear, no shoulder pads, but he has put ice on him. Undisclosed injury.
And Watson gets drilled at the 25-yard line, gain of 7 on the play.
That's a good catch. Those two guys that he missed, and Wuching, see Wuching there, those are the guys that bring the pressure from the outside. And Mathis, for a while, he was their sack leader with 5. They need outside pressure. Right now, they're depending on the big fellas to generate the pressure.
Webb going up top into the end zone, and he's picked off by Jones. He went Jones's neighborhood one time too many. Why is the official keeping Jones away from the ball?
That was a bad throw, poor decision by Webb. You got to know where you're going with the football and who's open, who's not. I mean, that's Jones. He's the guy that they've tried to stay away from. He's the guy that most teams have tried to stay away from. And look where that ball was thrown. That ball is a fade route. It's got to be back towards the end zone, toward the and it has to be over his head. It can't be inside. You can't leave it there.
Rod, that was the second interception of the season for Jones.
Well, and it takes an opportunity for Cal.
You know, you said earlier tonight that those two DBs, Jones and King, might be the best pair of cornerbacks in the country. Showing some skill on that one. First and 10, Huskies. Coleman in the backfield. And it's Coleman on the handoff. They gash that defensive front, and Coleman stays on his feet, unremitting and unrelenting all the way into Cal territory. Rubens are finally with the tackle on the 33-yard gain.
I counted 17 yards after contact. This is poor tackling. This is hard running. Look how far he carried that Cal defense.
Yeah, almost 20.
Oh, man.
Coleman and Gaskin, nice tandem in that Washington backfield. Look at the rush yard differential tonight.
Look at Ross out there.
Ross split to the bottom of the screen. Browning going his way. He's got him. Out at the 12. And he ran out of real estate, or else he would have had a touchdown.
They gave him a lot. Look at that cushion. But you got to turn your hips and go. You know you can't run with him. He's been running by you all night. Just can't give him 10 yards. You got to turn and go, and he still ran by him. Had that ball been a little bit more inside, he's dancing in the end zone. What a night for Ross.
His surname is Ross III. He stands for the 3 touchdowns he has tonight. First and goal. And nowhere to go this time for Coleman. String it out well. Be a little loss on the play. John Ross came into the ball game with 38 catches, 11 touchdowns. Those 11 touchdowns were tied for the lead in the country.
At 83% in the red zone is excellent. Remember, you want to be over 70%. They're way over 70%.
Browning under pressure this time. Incomplete and a flag thrown. Drew Sample was being defended by Hawkins. And there's been no relief tonight for that Bears secondary.
Well, this performance by Browning.
Pass interference. Defense number 6. Ball being placed at the 2-yard line. Automatic first down.
Down for Cal. Browning with his performance, 4 touchdown passes. I think that's going to keep him in that Heisman race. I am one of the voters in the Heisman Trophy, and you know, November is when you really start paying attention to performances, and in particular in big games, how you play in those games.
What about Lamar Jackson today?
Well, he's just ridiculous. Responsible for 7 touchdowns today. He is clearly, I'd say, the lead dog for most voters. And the way he's performing really hurts a guy like Browning, because Browning's numbers won't get to the same level as Jackson's. 15 of 22, 319, 5 TDs. That's pretty darn good. But Jackson went for 17.
Yeah.
Responsible for it.
On the pass, Gaskin will score. Hit the turbo jets, and it was over. And the Husky band is playing again.
Well, the left side of that line chopped down a bunch of Cal blockers, and Gaskin said, hey, no one from the inside's got the speed to catch me on the edge.
That's his 8th rushing touchdown of the season, 22nd of his career. And that's a 49-20 lead for the Huskies. It's the Pac-12 After Dark. Committee members, hope you're up and watching.
ESPN College Football, brought to you by Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy, and Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Go for 2.
On the day shift. Introducing the new Titan with America's best truck warranty. 5 years, 100,000 miles, bumper to bumper. Black Friday offers start at $10,000 on Titan XD.
It's almost Christmas when decorations go up.
My husband's gonna kill himself.
Nothing like positive reinforcement for the holidays.
That's not good.
Almost Christmas. Rated PG-13. In theaters Friday.
Hey guys. Hey. Oh, is this the new boyfriend? Yes. We haven't met yet. You're the sweetest. Yes. Do you want to hold him?
Hold my baby, man.
So easy to dip, so hard to put down. Old chicken tacos. Tasty shredded chicken all rolled up with your choice of dips. Back at Taco Bell.
What is that?
Man, I don't know. Ask Google.
And welcome back to ESPN College Football, presented by Geico. Number 5, Washington Huskies leading Cal Bears 49-20 here in the third quarter. Mark Jones alongside Rod Gilmore. Down on the sidelines, folks. It's the Pac-12 after dark back on the East Coast, where it is almost 15 minutes after 1 a.m. Both of those committee members located on the East Coast are up with a little cup of hot chocolate or coffee or doing something watching as we look at Robertson ready to return this kick. He had that fumble recovery a moment ago. A very talented football player from Georgia, both on and off the football field. And Robertson had a chance to show us some of his talents with Quint.
How does art and football mesh?
Well, in art, like, if you make a mistake, you can kind of cover it up. Football is, if you make a mistake, it can cost you. And
So there's no erasers in the football field?
no eraser.
Robertson, the second leading receiver on this team, and a great student off the field, Q.
Yeah, Demetrius is a little bit a different type of kid. He's really mature, smart. You know, he was a late commit, a May commit from Georgia, who decided to come out to Cal to play an environmental design major. You know, he wants to be an architect one day, and he enjoys drawing. He was sketching a house. As you see the completion, Webb finds a man over the middle. You know, at home, his prized artwork is a self-portrait that you see on a wall in his house, and he spends a lot and letting his mind wander. You know, I think so many of these football players need an outlet, and he is found.
That's a great skill to have too. Serves him well, and you know, it can be a thing, Rod. You played, and people don't know that these players need an outlet, and this is what Quint drew.
Oh yeah,
This is the end product.
Yeah, he worked on that a long time.
It took him about an hour. Well, actually, don't try. Q didn't want to put you on blast like that and lie to the people like that.
This is a log cabin. It's an impressionist. As you see, it looks to be an interception.
Another one tonight by Joe. They might want to draw that because he's an artist in the secondary tonight.
We've told you, be careful throwing towards number 26. Most of the way, and that was a late throw over the middle. You saw Webb trying to get the ball to Warden, and Jones had him completely covered and acted like the receiver and stepped in front. So that throw's got to be on time.
Davis Webb facing a couple of great corners tonight. second pick of the night for Jones. About 8.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Washington starting to put some distance between themselves, and Cal pounds with the catch and the run. The first down out to the 47-yard line. Vanderbilt with a nice stick and a 13-yard gain on the play. There's a flag on the play. We'll see if it stands or not.
Play was over. Personal foul. Number 9 on the defense. 15-yard penalty to be added to the end of the run. First down.
Against James Looney.
So, Jones, you remember that when Browning was in high school, not too far away from here, about 75 minutes, an hour away, near Sacramento, he set the national record with 229 career touchdown passes in 3 years of high school.
Wow.
He played for Troy Taylor, who was a quarterback here at Cal, and was on Cal's recruiting radar, but apparently not a favorite on the radar.
Real inexact science, and he is certainly blossoming under the Huskies coaching staff. Tiptoes out of bounds. 32. 5-yard gain on the play.
Well, remember, Davis Webb transferred in after Jared Goff went. Browning would have fit perfectly into the Cal system as a guy who would be ready right now as a sophomore, as a junior, but instead he kind of fell in love with Chris Peterson. When Peterson went to Washington, Browning followed him.
He had attended Peterson's camps at Boise State. 5. Browning. One up for Pettis. Room service. Touchdown. And the route is on in earnest.
This isn't even 7-on-7 practice. This is so easy. Pettis is open by 4 yards. And Browning recognized right where he wanted.
Browning with his 6th touchdown. That's a school record. And the 30-down pass of the season. And the needed, folks, and it doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon.
Style points. We've got committee members watching Jake Browning, watching this Husky team. How dare you rank them number 5? There's another touchdown pass, huh? 56 points already for the Huskies. Telling the country about the Dogs.
Introducing the new Titan with America's best truck warranty. 5 years, 100,000 miles, bumper to bumper. Black Friday offers start now. Hurry in and save up to $10,000 on Titan XD.
There's a place up ahead and I'm going just as fast as my feet can fly. Come away if you're going. Leave the sinking ship behind. Come on the rising wind. We're going up around the bend.
A moderator punched a presidential candidate in the face.
Screw this. Let's go to space.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. We got everything.
Ooh, this is my pool, sea monkey.
Welcome to the jungle. It's gonna bring you down.
Rated M for mature. First on PS4.
Distance
Today, we honor the craftsmen behind the finest beer with the finest beer cheese on a burger. The beer cheese bacon burger with grass-fed beef at Carl's Jr.
About it. Prop 61 is terrible for veterans. It would raise our prescription drug prices. That's why every major veterans organization in California is opposed to 61. But 61 isn't just bad for veterans. It's bad for nearly all Californians. Prop 61 only covers 12% of Californians. The other 88% would see an increase in prescription drug prices. Please join veterans, doctors, and patients and vote no on 61.
Cheese, classic. Grilled onions in Thousand Island, classic. All for just $2.49, really classic. The California Classic Double Cheeseburger for just $2.49 at Carl's Jr.
Welcome back, everyone, to Memorial Stadium in Berkeley, California. Pettis with his second touchdown reception a moment ago. Son of Gary Pettis, former Major League Baseball player, and Browning with a school record 6 touchdown pass. And the Huskies leading by 36.
Don't think we aren't in the era of style points.
Another short kickoff comes down to 25 for Matt Reyes. Well, our Week 9 Monday Night Football matchup features Tyrod hosting Russell Wilson and the Seahawks from CenturyLink in Seattle. 8:15 Eastern on ESPN. Coach begins with Monday Night Countdown at 6. Also streaming live on Watch ESPN.
Style points, 56 here. Did you see what Ohio State did to Nebraska?
What was the final? How bad did it get?
I think it was the worst loss by a top 10 team. So.
Ooh. This is Watson on the run. I misspoke a moment ago. That was Pettis' third touchdown catch of the night.
Ohio State 62, Nebraska 3.
You know, I don't have a problem with coaches, quote unquote, running the score up. Yeah, I remember my freshman year playing ball. Didn't get a lot of run. I wanted to score when I was in. I practiced hard all week. I should get a chance to play hard and score too, not just go out there and lay down for somebody that's not as good. Trey Watson on the run. People shouldn't play sports if they don't want to get their feelings hurt.
It's the other team's responsibility to stop them, huh?
Thank you.
I hear you. There is a point where the sportsmanship, I think, comes in. I mean, like if you're playing a football game and you're up 62-3 in the fourth quarter and you're throwing the football, you shouldn't be throwing it. You should be running it.
Oh, okay. But what if you're a receiver? Isn't that unfair?
No. Make yourself a first or second string player. Play when the game matters.
Come on, man. 3rd and 5. That's a good one, though. We'll take that one up later after the game. Jones tipped that one out of bounds, and Davis Webb is having a real hard night.
And a lot of quarterbacks have when they face this defense. And, at one point, I heard people talking about this defense perhaps being as good as the Huskies' 1991 defense. I wouldn't go that far. This team could very well wind up undefeated for the Huskies, but that 91 team was ridiculous. Co-national champs, 12-0, beat Michigan and Desmond Howard in the Rose Bowl.
It was Steve Entwistle, right?
Yeah.
A low line drive punt. Pettis watches it bounce inside the 10, and the Bears going to do a good job here of keeping it out of the end zone. And they're going to down it at the 1-yard line. So a nice job on the 59-yard punt. We were alluding to the championship, co-national championship year of 1991, defeating our guy Dez in the Rose Bowl. Boy, holding 7 opponents to 7 points or fewer is quite a feat.
Well, they had Steve Entman, who was the Player of the Year in the Pac-12, and Mario Bailey was the Offensive Player of the Year in the Pac-12. 11 players were drafted, including our buddy Ed Cunningham, who works for ESPN and was on that team. They were ridiculous. Their defense held teams to an average of 9.5 points a game.
461 points that they scored, the most in the modern era of UW football.
Yeah, 11 draft picks. Entman was #1 overall. They had Dana Hall and DeMarco Farr and, who else can I remember? They had a bunch of guys. And the quarterback, too.
Ballers.
Mark Brunell was Sharon Colbert.
Doug, you know better than I do, Rod, has always had a great recruiting pipeline into California, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, and, we've been talking about Browning, and, he's a guy in the Bay Area that Washington came down and stole.
Gaskin. Gain of about 3 on the play with 5.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. And the Huskies, with their designs on moving up into the top 4 in the college football playoff, could find out on Tuesday night as they reveal again on ESPN for the second week.
I think the committee is impacted by style points. We saw that when Ohio State had that big championship win in their Big Ten championship game. And you look at now, and 56 here tonight, Ohio State went for 62. I think that matters.
Incomplete. That's the incomplete to Ross. He gets spoiled by his transcendence tonight. He dropped one. He's human.
Yeah, he's had a night.
So are you telling me that style points, is that a euphemism for, is it a euphemism for us?
It is running it up. Let me ask you this. You think it's a coach? The rankings came out last week, and this is the first weekend of games. You had Ohio State with over 60. You had Michigan at 59. You had Ohio State, up there. Washington is pushing 60. Coincidence?
I'm all for it. I'm all for it. On the return from midfield, Wharton. A lot of speed on that Washington roster. Tough to go east-west against those guys. They make the tackle on Wharton.
When we talk about the rankings coming out next Tuesday, there's one team that we've left out as a possible to everyone above them. Auburn. A 2-loss team that now, because A&M lost, they control their own destiny. They get Alabama at the end of the year. If Auburn wins out, they can win the SEC with 2 losses, and you're never going to keep an SEC champ out.
They got to make it. That guy's complete. That's an interesting scenario you bring up. Auburn has gone on a nice winning streak. We saw them earlier this year in person against LSU in a game where there was chatter that Gus Malzahn might have been in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah.
And they've since really turned their season around. 2nd and 1. The 23.
Well, he made a lot of that on his own. I mean, that was a good move by Muhammad to get to the outside. That run was designed to go inside. He bounced it. Now, you talk about, I'm not saying Auburn's going to beat Alabama, but theoretically, if they did and they finished 11-2.
Interesting. Interesting scenario, yeah. Tackle made by Greg Gaines that time on Alfani.
Can you imagine if Auburn, with 2 losses, won the SEC and the committee left them out? The South would secede from the country. Seriously.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah, we'd have something bigger than potential election night issues. I mean, that'd be a real problem. 2nd and 10. Doug Rivera on the jet sweep with nowhere to go. Oh, like I said, it's tough to go east-west. Brought down by Connor O'Brien, number 29.
What a smart play by Rivera. This was supposed to be a reverse, and he was supposed to give this football up. Watch him. He recognizes that King is there and disrupts the play, and he never gives that football up. Look at this. King is right there, so he hangs on to it. That's a smart play.
He was ready to take it away on the handoff. 3rd and 12. This Washington defense holding the second best offense in the Pac-12 to just 20 points so far. Webb, incomplete, intended for Robertson. And to draw up a touchdown catch. Slash wide receiver.
A little bit of mutual combat, a little hand fighting between the two of them. Not pass interference. That's allowed. They couldn't quite come up with it. Had a chance.
Fourth down, we're going to go for it. No surprise here. About 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Webb kicked off for the third time tonight. McGurvin knocked out of bounds at the 37. Jones has 2 interceptions. McGurvin with his first.
Well, he was just sitting there as Washington dropped 8 into coverage. And Webb never bothered to really look. I mean, look at this. There are a bunch of white shirts. They dropped 8. Never, ever looked over there and figured out that McGurvin was there. McGurvin just sitting in the middle of the field and said, hey, look what came my way.
Thank you. And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Huskies from their own 37. Team that's 7th in the nation in scoring defense. And run it to the Flasher. Brought down right near the line of scrimmage.
Well, Jonesy, we talked about big plays, and the Huskies have 7 passes over 30 yards tonight. Now, Ross has done a lot of that, but Pettis and others have stepped in, but that man's been responsible for delivering the football. He is 17 of 25, 364, and 6 touchdowns. And we have him in the fourth quarter.
In the Heisman conversation. Yeah, you know that Browning means business. He hasn't posted anything on his Twitter or social media since the start of football season. He has gone dark on the social media front. Gaskin runs it.
Well, the problem with his Heisman campaign is that, one, he's in the West. And as you mentioned a couple times tonight, there are folks on the East Coast who are falling back.
Yeah, it's 1:32 on the East Coast.
Ready to change their clocks. And as Christian McCaffrey found out last year for Stanford, a lot of folks on the East Coast don't see your great performances. And then his other problem is Lamar Jackson.
That's a big problem.
Yeah.
3rd and 7 here for Washington. Pettis was wide open, and there's going to be a flag thrown. The DB making contact with him. That was Travion Beck.
It wasn't just contact. It was, I'm going to grab you and take the penalty instead of giving up another touchdown pass.
It looked like they had him beaten on the out and up.
The pass, holding, defense, number 22, 10-yard penalty, automatic first down.
And Beck was forced into a bit of action tonight when Allensworth was scratched just prior to the game. Take a look at the bottom of the screen. You see the matchup with Pettis, and Pettis stutter step, double move, goodbye. That's why you grab. Otherwise, that's 6.
It's good when we're taken, right?
Yeah. You don't want the band to keep playing, right?
Getting to know that song by heart right now. 1st and 10. Sweep into the boundary, McClatcher. Brought down with 44 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Now, we've been talking about the Huskies and their ranking in the college football playoff. Don't forget, there is still a Pac-12 race.
Yes. Yes, there sure is. And,
Huskies are alive and well, but so are the Cougars.
Hey, what about Colorado being maybe the surprise of the year in the conference?
Absolutely.
2nd and 6. Browning completes it to Ross. Ross been saucing all over that secondary all night. 4 seconds to go in the third quarter. Has 3 touchdowns tonight, 6 catches for 208 yards. That's the end of the third quarter. Huskies got a lot of fight in their bark tonight. Back after this.
You got a friend in me.
Take on the night shift. Introducing the new Titan with America's best truck warranty. 5 years, 100,000 miles, bumper to bumper. Black Friday offers start now. Hurry in and save up to $10,000 on Titan XD.
The new Pixel, phone by Google, only on Verizon.
Okay, Google, show me Korean restaurants in Boulder.
I found a few places. The only network that can power the first phone with the new Google Assistant, unlimited photo storage, and a stunning VR experience.
How is this possible?
So buy a Pixel only on Verizon and get up to $400 back. And right now, get 20 gigs and 4 lines for just $160 with no surprise overages. All on America's best network.
When you freeze something,
It's for later.
but how much later?
There's no way to be sure.
But Wendy's is sure that if you want a juicy, delicious hamburger right now, it should be made with fresh, never frozen beef, unlike some other guys. So that's what's in every single hamburger Wendy's serves, and the doubles and the triples. Because at Wendy's, fresh never gets old.
To achieve financial security, there are 2 halves to consider: protect and grow. Instead of focusing on insurance or investments alone, we bring them together into one whole picture. At Northwestern Mutual, we guide you along your path by combining personalized investments and world-class insurance. That's one of the reasons 96% of our clients stay with us year after year. At Northwestern Mutual, we help you live life differently.
Polaris makes the off-roads best, and now is the time to buy. Take your pick of legendary Sportsman, the best-selling automatic ATVs, and get rebates up to $800.
Okay, I don't know what happened. Mom's Facebook notifications.
Out of bounds. Washington and Washington State both at 5-0. The conference and look at the Pac-12 North. Washington State 6-0 now with the win today.
Yeah, and the Huskies will get there, and if things continue like this,